Okay, so I've recovered the stolen scroll. All that remains is to deliver it back to Grimdat, the Hall of Revealed Mysteries in Copper Lane. I just had the strangest experience. I heard a voice in my head, and it told me to hide the scroll again. It directed me to bury it in the Black Meadow under the skull of the drake looking east. It sounded like a message from Whale itself. Now, I don't. Let's see what kind of god Whale is. God of secrets, revelations, illusions, cryptography, obfuscation, perception, dreams, and visions. Whale is in and of itself a mystery with no consistent form or gender. Its followers revel in the acts of creating and unraveling mysteries. Well, I mean, either we're going crazy or it's a request from Whale itself. So I think what we're going to do is go to Black Meadow. See you there. Okay, we've arrived in Black Meadow, and it looks like 4 out of the 6 party members are already tired. So, we're gonna keep going. I say we push them all night long. Now, where is the. Is that it?
And what does the flame reveal?
If that's not it, then I don't know what is. This has gotta be it. Well, I'm not able to move any of these objects.
Of course.
In light of the game not allowing us to satisfy the god's requests, we're gonna go back to the city of Defiance Bay and turn in the quest with the scholars. Okay, we're back in Defiance Bay at the Hall of Revealed Mysteries, and there's Grimda. So we're gonna hand in our quest.
Greetings.
I found the scroll. Ah, let me see it. Grimda rubs her hands together. They sound like two sheets of dried parchment. She takes the scroll and turns it in her hands. Yes, indeed, her fingers trace the paper with surprising gentleness. You've done well. She presents you with a folded section of fabric. Whale is both a keeper and a discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing what is obscured and keep you hidden from those who wish you harm. You find a key in your palm. You are also free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. Spreading and circulating new mysteries is part of our service to the obscured. What else do you need? Okay, so we completed a task. Now, what section is open to us now?
Slow and silent.
So I've decided that the best thing to do is to continue the main quest and speak to Lady Webb at Hadrid House about attending the hearings now that I'm formally invited to them under the House Dominel delegation. And I think that's the way we can get into the Twin Elms area that seems to be closed
How
off to
fares
us
your
now.
search?
If I'm going to do this for you, I think it's time you told me everything about Thaos.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them. And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted.
You're talking about Thaos.
We made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
But it didn't last.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Thaos was unyielding. One day I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts. And that is truly everything I can tell you about Thaos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
It is not enough. I want to know every juicy detail. Okay, about the palace.
What of them?
House Dominel has accepted me into their delegation.
Unlikely as it may seem, House Dominel is as much responsible for maintaining the peace as the Crucible Knights. The Duke understands this, and he will hear you out if they are with you. You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Deerwood can be mobilized against the leaden key, and Thaos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
I want to discuss the animancy hearings? No, I don't. Farewell. Off to the ducal palace we go. Behold, the ducal palace.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
And in we go. In we are. Welcome to the ducal palace.
Gods keep you.
Sidley, the young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the ducal palace? Tell me about the current duke. That would be Avar Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Avar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Defiance Bay needs. Looking for news? What goes on in here? Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace, we have a shrine devoted to Magran, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff, census counts, tax records, militia registers. Now I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. Worst day of my life. Tell me about the shrine to Magran. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of Defiance Bay, blah blah blah. Is there a hearing going on? Okay. Goodbye.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Good day, stranger.
The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Magran and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What is wrong? Her shoulders slump. This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. Slow down and tell me what this is about. The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. So go light them. I see plenty of flames here. They don't work that way. They're holy fires. It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit. But lately when I try to pray, all I can think about are the Hollowborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magran allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore! A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magran is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magran's womanly hate. Shrug. Well, I can't afford to be nonchalant, but I believe Magran may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. This will likely sound so far-fetched to someone like you. Lately, I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision, and behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I'd get there, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest, though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless, like so many of Magran's flock. Afraid of her god's tests. If Magran speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. Present the burning stone. I journeyed to Searing Falls myself. This is what I found there. She takes the stone in her hands and gasps, By the flame, do you know what this is? It's a fragment of the Godhammer bomb. Yes, she turns it in her hands, the very weapon that Magran herself helped us build to defeat Wyatt Waidwen in the Saints' War. She turns the stone in her hands, gazing into its bright glow. It's weird seeing it right in front of you like that. Before it was just stories, never seemed real. Yet her mouth twists into a frown, and the orange light carves deep shadows across her face. So why don't I feel any differently? What good does this do? Her knuckles whiten as she tightens her fingers around the stone. Okay, she entrusted the Godhammer to her followers. Perhaps she's trusting them again to end the legacy. Transformation through trial. She turns the stone in her hands. It isn't an easy answer, but I would expect no less from my goddess. This woman hasn't been tried at all. Would that we were alone, I would take it upon myself to instill real transformation. As she looks at the statue, a flame springs from its raised hand. One of the things I have always loved about Magran is her affinity for fire, how it grows and spreads. You feel the warmth from the fire rippling across the room. You've given me what I need. I'll make sure to give the people of Defiance Bay the support they need. Now let me give you something you might need. She disappears, returning quickly with something in her hands. A weapon worthy of the goddess herself. Please accept it as thanks for your service to Magran and to me. What did we get? A really good flail. +2 stealth, +1 perception. Good, +1 perception, +2 stealth. Alright, we'll keep exploring this ducal palace in the next edition. Take care.